very big, beautiful morning to you. Good morning and welcome to the program. It is Straight Talk Live on Echo FM 100.7 right here in the city of Owerri. It's Thursday, and of course, another day to be with you live on Echo FM. My name is Barry Cosmos, the radio Mashal, the one on radio. And today we are going to be taking on national issues as we take a little break from our coverage of the issues happening at Toronto. Yes, I've been receiving quite a lot of messages and a whole lot of people saying so many things. Just hold on. We are doing a full package for you as we continue to investigate this matter. So today we are going to take a pause on that. Let's deal with some other pressing national issues that came up on board. Well, the latest story is the U-turn. The U-turn by the president. Yes, the U-turn by the president on the pardoned people, specifically the pardon granted to the woman that killed her husband. And of course, the big question is, can the president take back a pardon? That is the question I want to ask. Unfortunately, I couldn't get any lawyer this morning to be with us, but we'll try our best to see what others have been saying, some other legal practitioners have been saying. Can the president take back a pardon he has given already? Now, also, there are a lot of critics to the president. It's like they do trial and error. And when the people have a backlash on these pardoned persons, they are not going back. So at the end of the day, is it the president listening to the cries of the people as it concerns his pardon, or him realizing his own error and trying to correct it? Again, can the president take back a pardon? That's the question I'm asking today. So if you're a legal practitioner, a scholar, or a political analyst of any sort, please do call us and let's get fact. Well, a legal practitioner and analyst, Frank Tietie, has said that once the president grants pardon, he cannot take it back. I don't know how constitutional that is. We will try and bring you all those information at the end of the day. Tietie made this known in an interview on Arise TV, of course. But then, can the president take back a pardon? Right now, he's taking back the pardon he granted to some of the people who were convicted of various crimes, ranging from drugs to kidnapping and armed robbery to murder. Stabbing your husband multiple times to death. And of course, that particular one enraged a whole lot of people. And the president has since pardoned her. But right now, there's a big U-turn. They say she's now serving a 12-year term. And all that is become a very big conversation in the legal circuit and the people. So today, let's go over this matter once again. Thank you, everybody. Welcome aboard. Also, the coup attempt that was quashed by the military. They keep telling us there was no coup attempt, but it is becoming a very serious controversy as cracks. They are cracking down on links leading to the coup. So, where do we go from here? Why can't we be told the truth? What do we believe? As it is now, Tinubu Silva has been fingered and linked to the botched coup. Yes, but he's denying any involvement in that. Now, the sum of 45 billion naira was traced from NDDC account and Tinubu involvement to the arrested personnel who are connected to the coup. So what is that? All right, we'll give you more details on that one on the show. So it's kind of a full loaded program. So everybody be part of it. All you need to do is listen, pick up your phone, call, or send us a message. Join us on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, wherever. I'll be taking messages from YouTube and Facebook today. So wherever you are watching me this morning, it's all good. All right, thank you all for being part of the program. Yes, we moved to the newspaper review this morning. Let's take a look at what the papers are saying. It's always a pleasure to be with you. So we start up with the Punch newspaper. All right, people, let's go straight to the Punch newspaper. Newspaper, we have coup controversy. Military tracks 45 billion naira in NDDC. Okay, that story is on the Punch newspaper. Let's get a little bit of it. The military investigation into the alleged coup plot has reportedly uncovered a trail of 45 billion naira disbursed from the bank account of the Niger Delta Development Commission to some politically exposed persons and the soldiers detained in connection with the rumored conspiracy to topple President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. Well, earlier this month, Sahara reporters reported that 16 Nigerian army officers were detained for allegedly planning a coup d'etat to overthrow President Bola Tinubu. Well, the online newspaper had linked the alleged coup to the cancellation of Nigeria's 65th Independence Day by the federal government. However, the military, in a statement by the Director of Defense Information, Brigadier General Tuku Gusau, denied the report linking the detention of the 16 military officers to a failed coup. Well, multiple reports on Tuesday stated that some Nigerian army personnel raided the Abuja residence of ex-governor Timi Presiva, also a former minister of state for petroleum, in connection with the alleged coup plot, currently under investigation by the Defense Intelligence Agency. Well, sequel to the discovery, the Defense Intelligence Agency investigators grilled some top NDDC officials about the source of the fund, beneficiaries, and how it was utilized. The development has set off panic alarms at the NDDC headquarters over alleged linked to financing of subversive activities. The federal government had also denied a coup plot against Tinubu's administration. The defense headquarters described reports of a coup attempt as false, misleading, and malicious, and stated that 16 military officers in custody are being investigated for professional misconduct, not a coup plot. Okay, so if it is not a coup plot, all this investigation linked to the coup, what are you doing, people? So, Army and the presidency, what's going on? What is going on? All right. The development has sparked intense speculation within the commission since these NDDC officers have been grilled in connection with the 45 billion, some of which found a way to the people that have been detained for the coup. Well, it was also mentioned that the allegedly, of course, that the defense intelligence chief who was retained after the reshufflement of the military chiefs and all that was the one that leaked the coup attempt. I don't know how true that is, but those are what is flying out in the social media. But unfortunately, the Nigerian army, the Nigerian government is not telling us exactly what is happening. Well, we take their word for it. It's not a coup. So this may just be financial misappropriation. When has the military started tracing funds that leave people's account if something is not fishy? Okay, so with all the governors and everybody that pick money outside the country, we had that Wike and his family bought in cash, in dollars, bought houses and then transferred it to their children and all that. Why were those monies not traced? Now we are tracing this money from NDDC account, linking to the military in detention, and then you say there is no coup attempt. Oh, me trouble. That is exactly the kind of situation you have when somebody doesn't want you to know something. Something is not working right. All right, you grab a copy of the Punch newspaper, read the rest of that story, get more details for yourself. Tinubu's support helped Air Peace crash London fares to $3,000. Okay, I did a little bit of digging into this Air Peace and the amount of monies we pay as air flights, connecting air flight from Abuja to Owerri, from Owerri to Lagos, from Lagos like that, local flights. And it's very, very appalling that the amount of money we use in buying aviation fuel, it's lesser than the ones Europe and the rest use in buying. But then fares, if you convert the money from their own currency to Naira, we are paying like ×3 the amount they pay for air flights in the country. I don't know how that is happening. Can somebody explain to me, if you are buying something for 10 Naira, or let's say 10,000, and then the other person is buying for 12,000, and then the person is now flying or using that, selling that thing cheaper than you that bought for 10,000. How do you explain that? So that's the problem in Nigerian aviation sector. Why is it that local flights are more expensive? Even international flights are more expensive than the ones of the Western world, from US, from UK, from every other country. Compared to the aviation fuel and the maintenance and all that, our own is cheaper compared to the one in Europe if you convert it to that amount of the aviation fuel in Europe and the one they sell in Nigeria here. Why in Africa is flight more expensive when we have the cheapest price compared to the West? So there's something going on here. There's something really, really going on here. It's either the Western flights want you to think that their own is cheaper, so you patronize them as against the local air carriers like Air Peace. Now, for you to travel to Heathrow Airport in London, you pay more if you're going to use Air Peace. You pay less if you're using any of the Western countries. How does that work? So that's exactly the situation. Well, I can't figure out exactly what the situation is, but I thought it's an information you need to hear because a lot of people may not dig down deep into this thing, but we look at it and say, this is not supposed to be so. Well, you can also do the math. Check how much aviation fuel is sold in Europe and then how much is sold here in Nigeria, and you will understand that ours is cheaper when you compare and contrast their prices in terms of exchange rate in Nigeria. So that's exactly what the situation is. So why are flights more expensive here in Nigeria than everywhere else in the world when we buy aviation fuel cheaper than the rest of the world? So I don't understand what is going on in this country, but that's what it is. For those of you who fly aeroplane every day, going from Lagos to Abuja now is, I don't even know the price of today, but at least those of you who traveled, no, travel very of recent. How much in be over to Lagos? All right, let's continue. The HOP, come and tell me the price. So that the people will know. Let's move on now to other stories. So the chairman of and chief executive officer of Air Peace Limited, Allen Onyema, has praised President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for providing the policy support that made possible the airline's historic Abuja-London Heathrow flight. He said the president's intervention helped slash international airfares from as high as $13,000 to about $3,000. Wow, that's a massive. That's $10,000 gone. So if you want to travel from London to Nigeria via Air Peace, it's $3,000. That's interesting. Before 13,000. 13,000. Waiting I want to go use. If I get 13,000, waiting I want to travel, go do it again. $13,000. Go do it. We'll go invest in here. All right. So I want to congratulate President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for that feat. And of course, when they do the right things, we'll praise them. Hoo-ha. Hoo-ha. Oga Presido, well done. A doff cap for you on this one. All right. Jamaicans face homelessness. Massive cleanup as Hurricane Melissa. Why do they keep giving beautiful name to hurricane? I don't understand. What is destroying us? If it's not Irene, it's Katrina. Now it's Melissa. So anybody that has a child as Melissa now, you know, say you're now hurricane, I mean. Board warns Nigerian against fake parliamentary recruitment messages. So if they say did they employ somebody for parliament, now lie. That's exactly what they're saying. NDLEA files for feature case against Pretty Mike's Club over drug party. All right. They are freeing drug barons. You want to get another one. Next one. EFCC returns houses, luxury cars to victims of fraud in Oyo. EFCC. Bell of blessing for EFCC. Hey. More praise them now. Clap for EFCC. Clap for them. Clap for them. They have returned houses to the owners. And of course, luxury cars to fraudsters who have defrauded them. In the name of Yahoo Yahoo. Senate screening CDS eyes a foreign partnership to crush insurgency. And I don't start. FG shortlist candidates for NSCDC, NIS, and Fire Service CBT. Okay. Now, this CBT will cause problem the last time. I hope no more wahala this time. Tinubu revoked pardon for Sanda and 140 high-profile inmates. We'll talk about that in the conversation segment. All right, let's move on now to the Daily Post newspaper. On the Daily Post, we have president can't take back pardon. Yeah, part of what we're conversing, but let's just go straight and deal with it. If you are that lawyer, well, a legal practitioner and analyst, Frank Tietie, has said that once the president grants pardon, he cannot take it back. He was reacting to President Bola Tinubu's reversal of pardon granted to convicts of various crimes. We will have all that story in our analysis later on. All right, still on the Daily Post newspaper, insecurity. Christians, Muslims attacked by Nigeria is safe. He said, but Nigeria is safe. Information Minister Idris is talking. Christians, Muslims are attacked, but Nigeria is safe. This controversy of Christian genocide in Nigeria, hiding under the guise of both Muslim and Christian are being killed, is being raging on for too long. We need to end these killings, whether Christian or Muslim. It doesn't matter. They are human lives and they need to be protected. Christian or Muslim, it doesn't matter. Save them. That is what we are saying this morning. So Nigeria is safe. Information Minister is talking. How safe is Nigeria when you cannot even travel? Okay, Idris, if you travel from Abuja by road without all those convoy of security come over here, can you try it? How safe is Nigeria? Nigeria is safe to an extent, yes, but we need more. We need more security. Nigeria is actually safe for people to come and live, not the way the white men keep running us down as if they are own. They know they keep people. At least in Nigeria, we know they get mass school shootings. It's once in a while we have Boko Haram introduce that madness into our society. Somebody will just take gun, go to school and shoot people in here and anyhow because he doesn't agree with what they are saying or what they are doing. That's madness. Yet it is safe. Why is Nigeria not safe? Information Minister, I support you, Jare. Let's continue. Transfer. We have Sham disgrace to Africa. This is Timmy Frank condemns elections in Tanzania, Cameroon, and Ivory Coast. Political activist and former Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the All Progressive Congress, APC, Timmy Frank, said the recent elections held in Tanzania, in Cameroon, and Ivory Coast are sham exercises and a disgrace to African continent. Frank, in a statement on Thursday, said that what took place in the three countries were not elections but selections made by manipulations, intimidations, and political terrorism. Wow. It's a new terminology, political terrorism. Is that a new one now? Political terrorism. Hashtag political terrorism. Let that one trend. He lamented that rather than allowing the will of the people to prevail, incumbent leaders in Africa have continued to impose themselves through fraudulent means. I cannot agree more with Frank because in Cameroon, the whole election results we saw, Chiroma was winning handsomely. They delayed till after 17 days. They announced the results that ancestor, what's his name again? Biya won the election. Guess who announced the man that announced the election result is 94 years, a senior ancestor to Biya. Then all the rest of them, the youngest person in that cabinet is 70-something years. Yes, group of people who have been in power for all their lives. They want to stay there till they die. I don't know why this kind of people got the whether God they forget them on this earth. I don't know. I don't pray for anybody to just die, but it's becoming too much. When in Africa we cannot get anything right. Once you are in power, it's before we say military, they seize power by force. But what politicians are doing in Africa now is worse than what the military was doing. In the military administration, people who were killed were more of their fellow military people who were also involved in government. But this one, with market women, they use in the street, everybody they just kill. And the funniest thing, if you shout, if you burn everything, at the end of the day, you go tired, they will not continue. They rather the country descend into civil war or chaos than they lose power. Look at what is happening in Cameroon now. I saw a video where they were beating policemen. I keep saying that this is exactly the situation we need to avoid at all costs. Because when it goes down, No matter the bullets you have, you cannot carry more than 2 rounds of ammunition. You go shoot, ta 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 ta, you go finish. If they catch you, now you are shooting, these people are shooting. Civil war don't start now. Ivory Coast that went all through all manner of civil war, fought and fought and fought. This man, Otara being the name, that was in power, that was fighting against the incumbents at that time. Now you know reach your own. You don't sit down gidigba, say lie, election cannot happen. The people's choices cannot be made. Unless I become president. I need 4th term, 5th term, 6th term. Kagame of Rwanda is seeking a 4th term. I mean 5th one. Only in Africa that you hear somebody want to get 1 term, 2 term. Are we in Russia? Or we are in what is it called, Turkey and the rest of the president stay there for God knows how long? Or China? But these people do it, and you see that the election, everybody will vote because their leaders are doing well. If you go to Russia, a few persons are dissenting voices that Vladimir Putin is not doing well. The country is moving well. They are stronger than they have ever been. Even though they are fighting war, people are not dying in Russia. But when it comes to Africa, ancestors will never allow any young generation. Imagine a man born 43 years ago is still ruled by one man and his life is not getting better, and the man saying he wants to stay there again for another 7 years to be 50 years. So they born you year 1, year 2 till 50 years. Now one man they rule you. It's not funny. The other one, Museveni, says this is the last time he's going to be asking Gabon people to, is it Gabon or which country, Uganda, to vote for him. The 5th tenure. What thing then do African people? The worst part is that Africa is still backwards. Still very backwards. What thing they do ourselves? Who do Africa this thing? No wonder the likes of Bill Gates. I used to revere that man, but right now I don't like hearing his name. They will look at the Africans and say depopulation, that African people are dispensable, that they can die to reduce the population of the world. Can you imagine that? That we are not contributing anything to the world economy, but we are consuming from the world economy. Can you imagine a statement like that from Bill Gates? And then they have come, Bill Gates Foundation, this one in Africa, Nigeria now, they don't carry GMO, they spread cancer everywhere. People keep eating to develop cancer. GMO that they refuse in their country, they brought it to Africa. One man that wants to remain in government will go and carry it and then kill generations yet unborn with unnecessary food. This is one of the craziness that happens in Africa that makes somebody, when you think about it, begin to wonder what is wrong with these people. You are there, you don't even know what to do. No idea what to do. We have all the resources in this world. You cannot turn it around for the benefit of Africa. Only because you want to remain in power, die in power. They bury you state barrier. Your brother will continue from where you stop. They build Africa, or they build Cameroon for you, or they build Nigeria for you, or they build which country? Ivory Coast and the rest of them. This is getting maddening. South Sudan cannot be in peace. Ivory Coast just have fragile peace. They want to bring it. The small boy will come for Burkina Faso, they try. They won't kill him. This is madness. This is madness. Just check the whole of Africa. Apart from the northern African country that seems to be getting it right, you don't hear Egypt do election, we hear complain. Because most of them are white people. If you don't see, what's it called, Morocco or Algeria, all those people do election, and we hear this kind of madness that we get in these black African people. No, I don't understand. Even South Africa did election. We don't hear Wahala. The current president almost lost. Now he cannot have he needs to have a unitary system of government where he's still in charge. But other aspects of the parties are also involved in the government now. Can that happen in Nigeria? Anyway, I rest my case on that one. And at this point, we want to open up the phone lines for you. If you have anything to say, add your voice to the conversation as we bring you more stories on the Daily Trust newspaper. 0911 20022 or 0707 454 1014. Those are the numbers to call. Send us a WhatsApp message, or you just drop your message on Facebook, and we will definitely deal with it. All right. Okay. who is gonna be my first caller this morning as I ring the bell. Oh yeah, cause open. Hello, good morning
Hello,
to you.
good morning.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah, this is Awoja calling from Naked.
Awuja, you are my first caller for me, a bell of blessing.
Yes, I'm always a lucky man.
All right.
You see, my concern is the people they are holding as having planned queue.
Okay.
Then now they are saying that it's not for that. But what blew up the information, the message, what triggered up the information to the whole world?
Okay.
And why are they denying now that it is not in connection with plotting?
Okay.
So let them, like somebody said in the morning today, that this administration, after doing something, they think back. They don't know what to say at any point in time, or that I'm doing something and they saying something in contradiction to what they had said already. So it's bad. It's better to be giving people the correct information. Like our radio station, you always give us with the correct information.
Okay. Thank you.
Then we have verified all the things you say. There is no day you have told us lies. So I would appreciate government to be telling us the correct thing, other than feeding us with lies.
Yeah.
So let them, since they have told us that these people did not involve in coup plotting, so let them not treat them as coup plotters.
Okay.
Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Awuja. All right. Who's next? Good morning.
Yeah. How about it?
I greet you.
Yeah, good morning.
Is that Catchison?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Catchison, carry go.
Yeah. Catchison, Ekuha. I am calling from my community, Avo, in the West local government. But before I begin, I want to thank you so much for your effort in this Estraco saga. I saw you were there live yesterday interviewing the S8, the governor.
Yes.
I saw the other eyewitnesses video you did. That's the real due diligence of journalism. May God continue to stress you. I was really impressed.
Thank you.
May God impress you. May God bless you. Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, so let me first of all talk about this list of that President granted clemency. You see, I will also equally thank people like you who gave us the platform to criticize the government. Because if we did not criticize, he wouldn't have made a U-turn. And this has equally shown that most of the programs and policies executed by these government officials, most of them, they are not aware of them. Most of them are being orchestrated by their aides. Because you can't tell me that Tinubu saw all those number of persons in that list and then went ahead to approve them. Are you getting me? So it further shows that most of them are aided by these their aides, who in turn bring bad names to their principal. So they should stop with this. While I thank President President Tinubu for giving a listening ear, which means that there is still hope for Nigerians, which means that they hear all our cries, but they choose to do what they want to do. So I want to equally advise and suggest to President Tinubu to equally heed to some other concerns of Nigerian citizens, such as this fuel subsidy, high cost of living, insecurity everywhere, and the rest of it. Indeed, there is still hope for Nigeria. Thank you, and keep on enjoying your day.
Thank you very much. Catchison. Good morning.
Good morning, Barry.
I greet you.
Dr. Chifugwebu Patrick, Damaroko is my name.
I carry go, Agami.
Yes. Barry, you see Africa. Why Africa cannot develop or change is because of the grip of these colonial masters, more especially Britain and France, that has nothing under the ground and above for them. But they depend on Africa to serve Africa. That is why they install their stooges, their proxies to rule Africa.
Yeah.
Like what they did in Nigeria, Cameroon, and other places. If this one here now wants third or fifth time, he will get it. And that is the reason why we are being starved to death one by one. And their GMOs feeds are being pushed into Africa and Nigeria in particular.
Thank you.
Their killer drugs are being pushed towards here so that we'll be reduced to a minimal size in which when they say we will have no alternative, we cannot say no to it.
Thank you very much.
That's exactly what is happening. That is not to say that we don't have enough to be well in Africa.
Thank you.
And God bless.
Thank you very much. All right, let's take this message. Says, good morning, Barry, the radio Michelle, I'm Prince Chedeze Onwumere, writing from Owerri. Barry, the truth is that Tinubu is incompetent to manage the affairs of this country. As a matter of fact, Nigeria is not a serious country for so-called cabals to rig election for somebody who is incompetent to such magnitude shows that this country is living on the basis of trial and error. But it's very unfortunate that the kind of incompetent and greedy leaders we have on ground shows that Nigeria have no future. Barry, the alleged coup is just to divert our attention. This government does not know where they are left and right in leadership. Barry Mahmoud have finished this country. He rigged the election with impunity and asked Nigerians to go to court. I rest my case. I'm Prince Chiedozie Onwumere from Waxley Yard. Hello? All right, we lost that one. Please do call us back. Good morning.
Good morning, buddy.
Kare. Good morning
I'm
to
very
you.
good.
How far?
I didn't want to laugh today
Nah.
so that I will not offend some people.
Nah, laugh your laugh, Joe. Your laugh, they make my laugh. No.
Barry,
Yeah.
how are you?
No, Yawa.
I'm Caritas. Barry,
Okay. Eh?
something came into my mind now
Okay.
that we have been hearing.
Okay.
The devil is black. The devil is black.
No lie.
Judging from the analysis you have given, like some white Africans, how they are faring in their country, what do you have to say about the assertion? The devil is black.
That's a big fat lie. That's a narrative the white man has brought. If they claim Jesus is a white man, why should devil be a black man? So both of them should come from the same side. But they depict it that way so that they would use it to put down Africans that have been conquered.
Now that every good way parent, like my father used to say, my children will be greater than I. Now that African parents, especially the male folk, they don't want their children to be greater than them. They want to suck the blood of their children.
Yeah.
Are they not witches now? Are they not witches? What?
It's what we're saying.
Somebody 90-something years will live at the expense of his child. God forbid. May it never happen to me.
Yeah, lie. Amen.
Oh no, Barry, I'm not happy.
Lie. It will not happen to you. Thank you very much, Madam Caritas. All right, for those of you on our YouTube, please, we take messages on our YouTube now. Let's get to hear from you. Thanks for joining us on YouTube, and thanks for sharing our videos as well. Subscribe on our YouTube channel, subscribe on our Facebook channel. It's free of charge. All you need to do is press that button on the YouTube channel, and then we want to get this channel to get where we can give you all the details you can enjoy. Please, everybody, join me up. Let's get to like our videos, please. If you're joining up, just press that like. As you're watching, God bless you. Thank you very much. Let's take some messages on Facebook as well. We have Oj Baba. Naija with plenty question mark. What will Naija do you, Oj Baba? Magnus UEK says good morning and keep updating us on the latest version of the national news. while we are listening. Thank you very much, Magnus. Magnus also says he's watching from Port Harcourt, Rivers State. Thank you very much, all the way from Port Harcourt. We also have Honest Vincent. He says, good morning, Barry Cosmos. Comrade VC from Mahu Egbema. And of course, confusion everywhere that shows that Mr. President pronouncement is being induced or influenced by some people. All right. We also have Chuku Ebuka Nwagu says he's from Futo Engineer. Engineer Chuku Ebuka says, a very good morning, Barry Cosmos. The presidential prerogative to rescind a pardon in Nigeria is enveloped in constitutional ambiguity. Whoa. Oyimbo. The extent of these powers as enshrined in Section 175 of the 1999 Constitution as amended is susceptible to divergent interpretations, whilst some contend that a pardon is a consummate act that is irreversible. Others assert that the President's authority to review and reverse pardons is an integral aspect of the constitutional mandate. Consequently, the President's ability to retract a pardon remains an enigmatic and contentious issue, beset by interpretational complexities, and now says the exercise of its power is therefore a subject of ongoing debate and deliberations with implications for the rule of law and the principle of justice in Nigeria. Engineer Buka, thank you all the way from Futo, our alma mater. God bless you, dear engineer. Okay, that's a good one. I think you mentioned Section 175 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. We will also check on that. We have Ifeko Unanka says, good morning, our man. We are not enjoying this democracy. Maybe military may be better. Ifeko. Well, Ifeko don't come for military takeover. We don't want to go back to that era, but we need to get it right. Adam Joseph says, good morning, Mr. Barry. The only thing we need now in this country is good intervention, God's intervention, because the tyrant leaders of this country are not telling us the truth. Nigeria is blessed around, but we have issues from our leaders. Thanks, and God bless you for your good work. Adam Joseph from Akwa Ibom, Eke. Thank you very much, Adam Joseph. God bless you, dear. It's Ife Y says, good morning, my dad, my friend Ogabari, the president taking back his pardon on the lady that kills her husband is not acceptable, because once you forgive a person, you forgive permanently. If I texting from Relief Plaza, Owerri. All right. Thank you very much. That is another very good one. Let's take Dr. Mrs. Sima Olebara from Owerri. What do we say to a government that speaks before it plans? That governs by impulse rather than by insight. Any government that acts before thinking is not a viable one. It has become a recurring decimal and very worrisome. This revocation signifies a lack of coordination and conviction. What do we say to a leadership that governs by corrections? A good leader stands by principles and weighs the pros and cons of his actions. That is the message according to Dr. Mrs. Mma Olebara, all the way from Old Town City. All right, back to the phone lines. Good morning.
Good morning, Barry.
I greet you.
Yeah, my name is Franklin, calling from Nekede.
Okay.
About I say God will bless you for this thought.
Thank you, yes.
You did well, honestly.
Thank you.
Nigeria leader and the African leader as a whole, so we are very, very far. So I pray one day God should help Africa. We are very, very far, my brother. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very, very much. Okay. Nice one there. On our YouTube, we have Alphonsus Chima. It says, Africa groans under leaders who refuse to step down. Poverty and hardship grow, yet you demand change. I am Chima Alphonsus from Imsu Junction. Thank you very much, Chima. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Barry.
Good morning, welcome aboard.
Good morning, Buruburu.
I greet you, sir.
Prince Emma Okwana calling from Drover's compound.
All right.
Olo.
Okay.
Barry,
Sir.
the interaction with the lady that spoke last
Mm.
is a feeling, Olo.
Mm.
She says, he told him that Jesus Christ is white
Mm.
and that the devil is black.
Mm.
And he answered that it is a white man. And when he could say, oh, when I say, a relation,
Mm.
the white man said you are bad. And you are proving to the white man that he's right.
Mm.
The black man is proving to the white man that he's really black.
Mm.
So the lady, that lady is right. 100%. The rulers in Africa, okay, look at what you are discussing this morning.
Mm.
Somebody did not properly look into the list given to him. He pardoned criminals and is now reviewing it. Is he not telling us that he too may be involved?
Mm.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Just before we leave this newspaper review, I saved this one for the last so that when I not go too vexed. The National Assembly has approved President Bola Tinubu's request to borrow $2.35 billion to finance part of the 2025 budget deficit. How many times are we going to finance this budget deficit? Every time they will borrow money to finance budget deficit. Well, both the Senate and the House of Representatives approved the loan request on Wednesday after considering the report of the committees on local and foreign debts. They also approved the president's request to issue $500 million debut sovereign sukuk in the international capital market to fund infrastructure projects and diversify Nigeria's financing structure sources. Which country borrows to do this? Oh God. But anyway, that's it. I don't want to talk too much. We've cried over this one for too long. It's become a pattern. It's become a method. A methodical way of doing things in the Nigerian government is that you always go and borrow to come and do infrastructure, which is, on paper, sounds very good, to diversify Nigeria's financing sources. So we are diversifying from World Bank and IMF to Sukuk. Very important. Now we are going to go and commit ourselves of $500 million. One man in Nigerian government has this money. This money we are going to borrow now. One man. In short, almost all of them get this kind of money for their account. Almost all of them in the federal. Is it, I don't want to mention names. Everybody say, I call their name. They say, but if you ask, most of them have $500 million. Both equity and cash. So, but at the end of the day, Nigeria got to borrow, and then $500 million. We are going to be approved a president request to issue $500 million debut sovereign sukuk in the international capital market. Nice one. Well, President Bola Tinubu had, in a letter earlier this month, asked the lawmakers to approve the borrowing request, which he said was necessary to give effect to the borrowing provisions in the 2025 Appropriation Act. This may not surprise us because out of the 54 trillion naira budget, they said about 15 trillion was going to be borrowed. Have we not borrowed more than that 15 trillion? That's the question I want to ask. So we are now doing budget financing deficit. When we did budget, the biggest budget ever in this country, and yet we have to go and borrow. This is not the first time they're borrowing to finance. It's not the second time or the third time. So everybody, you take your pick. We are getting tired of saying what the government is borrowing money for. I'm getting really tired of analyzing that. Whatever they want to do, well, I don't know what to do. Maybe we are waiting for the statistic data that will show how much each of us in Nigeria is owing. The last time it was, how much was that? 100 and... how many millions? 600 and something thousand per head in Nigeria. Every Nigerian is owing. Now, maybe the thing go down the reach like 1 million. Oh, me tabo. Well, he said that the 2025 budget provided for 9.28 trillion in new borrowings to bridge the fiscal deficit, out of which 1.84 trillion, equivalent of 1.229 billion, was earmarked as new external borrowing. This is what they are saying, that it provided for 9.29 trillion naira, but they are borrowing 1.84 trillion naira. So it's like they still get almost 8 trillion to borrow. Oh, me tabo. Tinubu also sought, excuse me. Tinubu also sought lawmakers' approval to refinance the $1.118 billion a euro bond issued in 2018, which he said will mature in November 2021. So we don't go borrow money to pay the one we don't borrow before. Clap for yourself. Clap for yourself. Yes. We borrow money. If that one mature, borrow another and pay that one again. We borrow, keep borrow, make me rich. I shouldn't talk. He said the move was necessary to avoid default and is in line with international best practices in debt capital market. One of the selling points of President Bola Tinubu's administration is that they are making more money. They're spending more money, and the rest of them. At the end of the day, they are spending more money. They are making more money, but you're borrowing more money. First, you remove fuel subsidy that you're going to generate 400 billion every month. That one no do. We don't know where that one go. Two, we are taxing and taxing and taxing. Now, we have to borrow to finance the budget. So it means our projection of generation. The President Tinubu's administration told Nigerians that they have surpassed their budget generation since August. So if you have surpassed, it means you should have excess. But you have to go and borrow. Oh, me tabo. The more you see, the less you understand. All right, let's take one final call before we wrap up on the newspaper review. We have some announcements to make so that we can do those announcements for our clients. Hello.
Odabari.
I greet you.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome aboard.
God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Samuel from Nazareth.
Okay. Sammy from Nazareth. How about you?
My brother, but it's the inside club.
Now, they ain't supposed to.
Yes. I want to especially appreciate you for your job well done yesterday at Toronto side.
Thank you.
You talk and do.
Yeah.
Yes, you talk, you do. I want to tell you that even if human being did not appreciate your good work, God Almighty is infinite supplier. You find many ways to supply to you and your family. That appreciate you in serious need.
Amen.
You see, the last interview you did now about Nigerian borrowing. My brother, let it not bother us again. This government, this is their lifestyle. You know, when somebody is a chronic chain smoker, you are fighting tooth and nail to make sure he stops. And he's telling you, I cannot. Just leave the person. Maybe one day, either God will excuse him or cancer or whatever will make him stop. Are you getting me?
Yeah, I get you.
Let's leave the government and their attitude. This is what we know them for, right from the regime of Buhari. Have you heard about Elijah Mohammed again?
Elijah Mohammed.
And I saw the thing they be.
Elijah Mohammed is nowhere to be found now. I said, allegedly.
Allegedly, yes. But one of his principals, if I'm not mistaken, said, I cannot lie like Elijah Mohammed. So my brother, even the people that are telling us that they are not clothing some people for skills, and they are invading somebody's house because of skills.
Okay.
You know, I don't know now what they are saying. Let's just keep watching them. One day, God of the people of Nigeria will rise up and fight for us because we know that we cannot fight them again.
Yes,
they are
sir.
there out to kill people. But God, who owns the life of the people, will fight for us. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very, very much. All right, okay. On that note, we'll be wrapping up the newspaper review right about now. It's time for us to go take some commercials, and then we will go to the news update at 10. Keep listening. Don't think about touching that dial.
This is Ofekata Orodo community. Cuddle in nature's embrace. From the sky, its beauty stretches wide. Serene landscape, lush greenery, and a windy path that whispers stories of old. Ofekata Orodo is not just a place on the map. It is a heartbeat, a heritage, a people proud of their land. And today, it opens its arm to a contest that stirs excitement, mystery, and the promise of discovery, the Ojezurobodo search. As the Echo FM theme arrive, the elders of Ofekata Orodo receive them with warmth and joy. With hearty smile and open arms, they share stories of their rich cultural heritage, woven with resilience, unity, and pride. The atmosphere is filled with excitement, for their beloved community has been chosen for this month's contests. The search process, guided by the moderator, sets the tone, clearly explaining how the search will unfold. And with no time wasted, the participants leap into the fray. The search has begun. Where could it be? A thought that surely echoed in the heart of every seeker. I think it's here. Oh no, not again. Along the way, they encounter broken school buildings and poor road network, a reminder of challenges that still calls for attention. As each second tick by, every movement becomes critical. Every step, every decision matters. Where could it be? I must find it. I must see it. The tension build, the search intensify, yet no one backs down. Each participant stays the course, eyes fixed on the ultimate goal. After moments of anticipation, a contestant finally uncover the Ojezorobodo treasure. Cheers erupts, laughter fills the air, and the joy of victory. It is a moment of triumph. The celebration reaches its peak as the King of Ofekata Orodo, His Royal Highness, Eze Engineer Marcel Uzegbu Okata II of Ofekata Orodo, warmly welcomed the winners. With gratitude,
My name is Ekwebelem Pascal Uchechukwu.
Asị m na ịgbalịala Chukwu gozie gị na ọ bụrụ na eruru dị ya ebe ahụ enweghị nwa m nwere ikikere ịdị na-achọ nwee ike ịdị na-achọ ebe ezuturu ha because Echo FM ha zutuo ihe ọ na-ara ha ịchọta ya.
he commended the Echo FM theme for bringing the contest to his people, strengthening bond and showcasing a uniqueness of their land. Women of the community dance cheerfully, their vibrant steps echoing pride.
Aha m bụ His Royal Highness Eze Engineer Marcel Iheanacho Uzegbu Okata II of Ofekata Asian Kingdom and Secretary to Ndị Eze Owerri Zone in Imo State.
Onye eze emechala Ojezorobodo n'obodo ụnụ, kedụkwanụ ka obi dị gị?
Obiọma dị m ịhụ bụ otu ụmụ m obiọma ji dịrị ha ndị ọmụmụ ha na-ahụ egwu ha kwe ụnụ hụrụ egwu ha gbaga ebe a na obiọma dị Ofekata niile ụmụ Ofekata niile na ụnụ bịara Ofekata si ka ụnụ mee ka ụwa niile mata ebe Ofekata nọ na Ofekata wụ mba udo na-achị mba ọganihu na ịdị n'otu na-achị so ekele m ụnụ.
Kedụkwanụ ndụmọdụ ị nwere ike inye obodo?
This is the news update on Echo FM 100.7. Here, the station with the fair and balanced reporting. Here are the latest stories we are keeping tabs on. In Imo State, the Imo Economic Summit scheduled for December 4th to 5th, 2025 in Owerri is set to draw global and regional leaders in banking development, finance, infrastructure, and energy to a secure and welcoming Imo State, organized by the Imo State government under Under Governor Hope Uzodinma, the summit aims to position Imo as a hub for scalable business activities through partnership, investment, and innovation. In a paper made by Prince Eze Ugochukwu, the special advisor to the Imo State Governor on Public Enlightenment, assured the attendees of a safe and conducive setting to engage in transformative discussions. The federal government has released 2.3 billion naira to clear salary and promotion arrears owed to university lecturers as part of efforts to resolve long-standing issues with Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU. Education Minister Dr. Tunji Alaus has said the move reflects President Tinubu's commitment to revitalizing tertiary education. He assured that the administration would continue reforms and dialogue with unions to ensure fairness and sustainability. ASU has repeatedly demanded the payment of withheld salaries, lamenting that government neglect has crippled public universities and fueled recurring strikes. The House of Representatives had proposed a modern digital system for registering births, deaths, and marriages nationwide. Speaker Abbas Tajuddin, represented by Rep. Godwin Ofonio, said the move aims to improve data management, national planning, and social development. If passed, the new law will replace outdated civil registration systems and create an electronic framework for managing vital statistics to enhance governance and security planning. In JAM, tension erupted at the National Assembly after officials of the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board JAM walked out of a budget review session with the House Committee on Basic Education. Lawmakers had summoned the agency to explain its financial records and revenue remittances. The standoff began when JAM's representatives ordered journalists out of the room, citing sensitive financial data. Lawmakers refused, calling the exit disrespectful and vowing to uphold accountability in all education agencies. In the world of business, the World Bank and Bank of Industry have launched a new development finance framework to boost private investment and job creation across key sectors. The institutions hailed Nigeria's ongoing reforms and urged modern financing models to foster inclusive growth. BOL Managing Director Olasupo Olusi emphasized the need to reimagine financing amid global shifts in green energy and digital innovation. The plan includes using platforms like InfraCredit to attract investors and support large infrastructure projects. On the foreign scene, the European Parliament has urged Nigeria to strengthen protection for vulnerable communities and improve accountability over rising insecurity. The call came after discussions between EU lawmakers and Nigerian officials in Abuja. Vice Chair Zeljana Zovko expressed concern over attacks on Christians and other minorities, while EU Ambassador Gautier Mignot reaffirmed support for Nigeria's peace and disarmament initiatives. And in sports, Real Madrid is seeking major compensation for UEFA after a Spanish court dismissed the body's appeal over the failed Super League project. The club says UEFA violated EU competition laws by blocking the initiative launched in 2021. Madrid hailed the ruling as a victory for fair competition, while project promoter A22 Sports Management accused UEFA of refusing reforms and vowed to pursue damages through legal channels. And that's all for the news update at 10 as detailed by Benjamin Joseph. For more information and inquiries, visit our social media platforms. On our Facebook, it's Echo FM 100.7. On X, it's at Echo FM _Owerri. On Instagram and YouTube, it's Echo FM 100.7. You can listen to us anywhere in the world by clicking on www.echofm.net. And that's the news update at 10.
Echo FM.
Echo FM 100.7, the fresh news people.
Every day,
every hour,
every minute,
and every second,
breaking news occur.
From our villages,
in our cities,
new government policies,
the economy,
politics,
social news,
entertainment news,
security concerns.
We, the people, converge
to analyze,
separating facts from fiction,
lies and truth.
We dissect,
we integrate,
we harmonize,
we criticize,
and we bring you all the juicy details.
Live on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. It is Straight Talk.
Straight Talk.
Straight Talk on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri.
Shall I begin? I am your host. I am your anchorman. I am the presiding bishop of this ministry, and I am awesome. My name is Barry Cosmos, the Radio Marshal, the Buruburu One on radio, the Okenze on radio, your big brother on radio. I am the main event, and I am here.
Live on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri.
Are you ready?
Live from the Eastern Heartland, Echo FM 100.7 brings you engaging conversation on trending news.
We need the federal government to sort whatever issue they are having with ASU.
And by December this year, 4,000 MOUs will be employed in Europe.
It's explosive.
Well, first of all, we must understand that war in itself is a display of anarchy. When you talk about war, that is lawlessness at its peak. When you say you are fighting war to keep Nigeria one, no. You fought the war as a manifestation of your incompetence in the management of the crisis that was then part of Nigerian history.
Hilarious.
I get malaria, my cancer. Behind every successful man, there's a woman at the front. Live without it. Stop shaking your head. You stop shaking your head. You're one of those who are causing problems. On action,
and daring.
Mr. President, God will ask all of us, but you will be in the front. I will say, I've told the Senate President.
Our nation remains one of the most insecure and least peaceful in the world today, making Nigeria one of the hungriest countries of the world. Nigerians now spend nearly their entire income on feeding.
We may be hungry, but we can manage our hunger.
My appeal is that you dedicate 20% of 2025, roughly 72 days, to visit each of the 36 states.
Catch the drama, feel the excitement on Straight Talk on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri with the Radio Marshal Barry Cosmos. Every weekday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Join the conversation on Straight Talk with Barry Cosmos. Straight Talk. Get straight analysis. No bending corners.
Let's be poor. Breathe.
welcome back to the show, people. Welcome everybody to our program. It is Straight Talk Live on Echo FM 100.7. My name is Barry Cosmos. Let's go straight to the conversation this morning. We are taking a look at the pardon U-turn by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Initially, there were about 140 of them. 140 of them have been high-profile inmates, have all been overturned, kind of U-turned. The pardon has now been either reduced from freedom to reduced sentences and there and all that. So out of 175 convicts that were slated to be freed by the president's prerogative of mercy law, a lot of people criticize the president over freeing some of them, including drug traffickers, kidnappers, and fraudsters, following public outrage that trailed the initial clemency list released on October 11th. The president ordered a review of the pardon granted at the National Council of State meeting on October 9. This review has since come up with this 140 out of that 175 will not be pardoned. Just about 34 of them are now free. Well, a statement issued Wednesday by the presidential spokesperson, advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, said, consequently, certain persons convicted of serious crimes such as kidnapping, drug-related offenses, human trafficking, fraud, unlawful possession of firearms, and dealing, etc., were deleted from the list. Others who had been hitherto pardoned in the old list had their sentences commuted. Well, according to the presidency, the decision followed consultation with the Council of State and public feedback undertaken in furtherance of the president's discretionary powers under Section 175, subsection 1 and subsection 2 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. Most of you who have not read the Constitution may not understand what that segment of the Constitution says. I will bring you that information. So for all of us blaming Tinubu for freeing drug baron, kidnappers, and all that, the Constitution gives him the power to do so, and that's where the problem is. Because if you give a blank check to somebody to just use it, though we need to also understand that that is a power for you to release anybody. Doesn't mean you look koro, somebody will carry knife, stabbing your husband how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 6 times to kill the man, and you free the man. They free the woman without even consulting with the family of the deceased to find out if they forgive her, so that our freedom will not be a one-sided thing. The family just heard that the person who killed their son has been released, and that came with outrage by the people. And the president listened. So all of them, when they shout, say, president, they listen to what they talk for radio. When I don't see him now, if they listen, I mean they listen. He chooses to do what is right this time around. But yet again, critics are also criticizing the president that you are an afterthought president, person that will do something and think about it. But the president should be presidential. If you have made a pronouncement, let your pronouncement be what it is, especially as it concerns giving hope to somebody who is serving a life imprisonment or a death sentence. All of a sudden, he's supposed to go home free, and then all of a sudden again, he's not going anywhere. So that becomes like a double nail to that person convicted of whatever crime he or she has committed. So it is a very tricky discussion. One, should the president have gone back on his own words? Two, can the president go back on his own words? Constitutionally, is that guaranteed power for him to do so? Just before I open up our phone line, let's go and take a look at what Section 175 says. Section 175, that is Chapter 6, Part 1, which is Section 175, which is called the Prerogative of Mercy Law. Subsection 1 says the president may, A, grant any person concerned with or convicted of any offense created by an act of the National Assembly. A pardon, either free or subject to lawful conditions. That's subsection 1A. The B part says the president may grant any person a respite either for an indefinite or for a specified period of time, the execution of any punishment imposed on that person for such an office. This seems to me like a military kind of thing. It's looking like one kind of military decree. Sub C says the president may substitute a less severe form of punishment for any punishment imposed on that person for such an offense, or the D part says remit the whole of any part of any punishment imposed on that person for such an offense of any penalty or forfeiture otherwise due to the state on account of such an offense. The kind of power we president get for this country too much. It's just too much. Now look at this. They say the president can substitute a less severe form of punishment. If you are sentenced to court and the court decides that you shall go and serve 6 months in prison, president look and say, no, what you commit past 6 months? He go come and give you life imprisonment, and it go be. So the president's power supersedes that of the Nigerian court. So why do we have the court anyway? You now know why the judges and the rest of them take instructions from presidency. This is the power they have. President Tinubu, all these powers are in his hands. He chooses to use it the way he deems fit. So we don't understand. So the problem is it a man wielding the power given to him or the powers that were given to him? That is where I want us to take this conversation to. First and foremost, can the president use this power anyhow? Yes, he can, because it's his right. It's been given to him. He can free anybody. That is prerogative of mercy. The president may grant any person concerned with or convicted of any offense. Any means both kidnapping, drug, armed robbery, killings, murder, rape, whichever thing you have committed, the president can say, go. Whether the court has given you death by hanging, death by firing squad, death by any fault, the president can say, oh, no, man, I no kill, I'm making go. It therefore means that all these people who are stealing government's money and they are supporting the president in power or supporting his campaign and re-campaign, none of them will ever be punished, even if the court convicts them. So what's the point of even spending taxpayers' money to go to court in the first place? So there's a problem with this particular article. It needs to be readjusted to suit what modernity or modern era requires. This looks to me more like a military decree, where the military dictator or the military president or head of state decides who lives and who dies. This is exactly what it's smelling like, it's looking like. It's I don't know, I may be wrong, but definitely you can also add your own voice to the conversation. Well, they said the president can grant a respite, either for an indefinite or a specified period of execution. If you are sentenced to death, the president will say, okay, more give him like 1 year more, may leave. If that one, more increase them for him. If shall more no kill him, again more leave him in the prison. When the president says don't suffer for prison time, I'm gonna remove him from prison. Now, this is the kind of power the president has, and then he has wielded it this time. Nigerians screamed, shouted, and then he has returned it. Section 145 of the 1999 Constitution. What does it say? It's chapter 6, the acting and all that. Okay, I'm not interested in that today, so let's leave that one. But I just decided to give you this information. Then subsection 3 says the president, acting in accordance with the advice of the Council of State, may exercise his power under section 1 of this section in relation to persons concerned with offenses against the Army, Naval or Air Force law, or convicted or sentenced by a court martial. And court martial is a military terminology. It's not just a court or martial, it's a court martial. So that is I think this law has outlived its purpose. In my opinion, it has outlived its purpose. We need to find a law that befits Nigeria the way we are operating so that we don't constitute powers into one man who will decide to carry Nigeria cell one day, saying they give all of us mercy. All right, that's it. The power of the president under Section 1 of this section shall be exercised by him after consultation with the Council of State. Now, before I open up the phone lines, I want to also say this. This thing was brought to the Council of State. The former presidents were there. Obasanjo, Abdullahi, Abdul Salami, Goodluck, Jonathan, all of them are all members of the Council of State. All of them looked this list, Koro, still so yeah, go ahead. Is it that it was just told that we want to release so and so person? The offenses were not discussed. The nature of what committed did not discuss. And the Council of State okayed it. So it also shows the power the incumbent president has over anybody that's emeritus. Or they are all complicit at the same time. Or we just yap the one way day, all of them are the same thing. Is that the situation? Is it that they didn't see this list, they didn't scrutinize it? Now, of all the military intelligence, the gathering, the court, that Attorney General of Federation, I don't know what that man they do. Hoo-ha. Now, the same Attorney General, Bayo Onanuga, the Minister of, Advisor on Information and Strategy. When I see this list, before it was even sent to the president, then the National Assembly will now come and give it, the eyes have it, bam! So this is where the problem is. Do we actually scrutinize these things before we let it go for approval? Anyway, that's my own. Let me hear your own now. 0911 20022 0707 454 1014. Hello, who them a line?
Barry.
Yes, sir. Caritas, welcome back.
Barry.
Yes, sir.
Going by what you have given us,
yeah,
you will see that the list presented to the president for prerogative of mercy did not emanate from him.
Okay.
Did not. Now, the president should not be blamed alone. You said the council of, did you say council of
state
or what?
Yes.
Like Jonathan, Obasanjo, all of them were there. They were there and they were there. But it could be that those granted pardon were maybe relations of those people who constitute the member of Council of State, and those they are not from the president. But the president himself should know that in spite of the much power welded to him by the Constitution, he is a product of moral conscience and the ceremonial law.
Yeah.
When some of these things come to him, ceremonial law, he should apply the being in him, the human being in him, the human conscience, the moral law in him, and know how to act. So in this case now, the president should not be blamed alone. Okay. All those that have hand in selecting those people, giving prerogative of mercy should as well be blamed.
Right.
Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much, Madam Caritas. They should blame everybody involved. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
I greet you.
Yeah, this is Abuja calling from Nekere.
All right, Abuja.
Yeah, I think what the president supposed to do is to demand for the list.
Okay.
When the list comes to him, then he will carefully study it from A to Z of it.
Okay.
And because I still believe that if he was a civil servant before, or if he had worked in any office before, he's supposed to bend down and read what the offenses they committed. And no, even the number of years they have served over there before the prerogative of mercy. Not the other people that came, Council of State, some of them just come. They know that even if their contribution may not mean enough to the president, that whatever he wants to do is what he will do. So all we have, and having been there, they are all blamable because they have to study it one by one. Then and not the type of offense each person committed that prompted that person to be there. Not your coming to see a business as usual. Or probably most of them must have seen their own candidate. I mean, let me say candidates or their own person. When they see that the interest of that person, they just wave it and it
all right. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, one more call before we go to messages. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Barry Cosmas. My name is Omar that I usually call from Duchi Lognimo said. Before I continue, Barry, I want to commend you and praise you immensely for recognizing that the power for, the program of mercy, is a constitutional giving right to Mr. President. At least for one time, I've just heard you say something good about Mr. President. Very good commendation to you.
You know where, Chief Jude, you know where. Since yesterday, you've been bantering me. Okay, you didn't find my trouble. I go give you two.
Well, Barry, the only way to explain what Mr. President did is the fact that he has an unprecedented and humongous listening ears to the yearnings and aspirations of Nigerians.
Okay.
I do not know why some Nigerians have decided to actually throw caution to the wind to begin to condemn Mr. President over any and every action of his, including Atiku Abubakar and his aide, just to score an undeserved and cheap political scorecard. Even when politics has come and gone in the country now. It is for the fact that the ban on politics has not been lifted by INEC. And as such, it is expected that everybody to contribute his or her own quota for overall national
Chief Jude, hold on. You keep saying this statement. If APC says something as a consultant 2027, it's not campaign. But when the opposition say it's campaign, who do you think is a fool in this matter now? We are not stupid. Nobody is stupid, neither the APC or the opposition or the press. We all know what's going on. 1 year after the president's inauguration, they started saying 2027 for Tinubu. Who started it? They. So, have you ever criticized that the president and APC did that?
It's okay, Barry. What I want to advise, you are a very good Nigerian. And there's nothing that prevents you from going to court and seeking redress whenever you see any such thing happen.
Which court?
The battle from doing that.
Which court?
If you don't know that you have a right to do so, I want to remind you from today that you have an absolute right to go to court and seek redress. That's just my honest and candid advice to you.
Thank you.
Mind-boggling, astonishing, and condemnable if the way these same groups actually threw caution to the wind to begin to criticize Mr. President for pardoning some group of Nigerians, is notwithstanding that it is a constitutional right to do so, which my good friend has acknowledged this morning, which I have applauded him for.
Thank you.
So let's actually stop being armchair critics and become supporters of Mr. President. And finally, Barry, let me warn this group of Nigerians to know that, freedom of speech cannot always guarantee freedom after speech, especially when hate speech and the misinformations are involved. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you, Chief Jude. Nobody has done any hate speech. Criticism is not a hate speech. Politicians should learn to take criticism and not see it as hate speech. You cannot be beating somebody and ask the person not to cry. That is not hate speech. He has to complain. So his complaint is not hate speech. And I don't know why in Africa, in Nigeria in particular, everything you say about a politician or against the government, they see you as an enemy. No. People just want the right thing done. Good morning.
Good morning, Bahari.
I greet you.
I greet you, bro. I did what happen now?
Nothing mega, my brother.
Okay. My little take is that now we don't, many of us are criticizing the president, but if the stakeholders must have been scrutinized the list presented to them, definitely they will shout some certain things that we are complaining now. And coming to the list that was written almost 200 and something, now Nikala's name is not there, but that's not what we're talking about now. The president have signed, he's an old man, he have signed the list, and then we are now, what of, Jonathan is there, what we call former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, he was there too. They just scrutinized the list. That means maybe some people in that list, maybe they're people that work for them. So don't need anything to say. Rather, I commend what you're doing. Continue and God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, let's take messages on YouTube. We have this one, Chijoke Iwuchuku Sebario. If they can change decisions, they can change even the decision that you think they have changed. What does that mean? APC endemically is sick of incongruity. Nothing good will ever come from them. Not now. Okay? Chidumga says, Mr. Barry, Nigerian president release those they should release Mazen Kanu, should release Mazen Kanu for us. All right, that is what Chimduga said. He says, I'm Francisca from World Bank Road. Okay, from Bank Road. Thank you very much, Francisca. Thank you for joining. Please, as you go there, just press our subscription button. Press. Please, now, I want to see people. How many people they follow me here on Facebook, on YouTube? You know, funny now. Just organically, you people are leaving me hanging. Not fair, not fair. Everybody, join me live on the YouTube. Switch over to YouTube. Just go on YouTube, press your subscription button, and then like our video, share it so that it goes round. You know that the more shares you do, it helps the algorithm to choose our videos to distribute. So our message, your voices, and my voice will go viral. That's what we want. Okay, one more. I need one subscription to just change this number from, 2 subscriptions. There's 98 there. We just started this YouTube not quite long, so we want to grow it a little bit. It's 298 there. So I want 2 people just to change. I don't want to see that 2 again. It's been here since this week. So let's make it 300 now. Are we good? Who they follow me? Who is going to do that for me? One of my good friends, just type subscription 298. I want it to change to 3+. All right. Can we do that before we end up this show today? My very good friends out there. Thank you. All right. We head on to our Facebook. On our Facebook, we have Clip David Nnamdi Ogbukporo says, good morning, Barry Cosmos, the Okenzi on radio. My name is Clip David Nnamdi Ogbukporo from Umojo Irete. What do you expect from someone who forged his certificate? He cannot differentiate his left from his right just because a Miloko, it is my turn. He will continue to make mistakes with his gullible rubber stamp senators just because he got serious backlash from people. That is the more reason he is making a U-turn, especially the woman who killed her husband. APC's government is try and error. Amendment after damages has been done. Imagine the disgraceful act of taking back the pardon after making it public to the whole world. No. Have a great day. Good one on radio. Thank you very much. Pascal, I say Pascal from Houston. On the U-turn by the presidency, it highlights the level of incompetency of the people working for the president. This is not the first time this government is doing a reversal on its policies, and it will not definitely not be the last. It has become an embarrassing and too many to ignore. All right? So we have Ogbuji Kingsley says, please, I need your office address to make an advert. Our office is at number 4, Joku Street here in Owerri, just before Tetlo at Joku Street from once you're coming from Wedra Road, the UBA at Joku Street, you see the King Square, a very big, majestic building there. That is our office. It is not, you can't miss it once you enter Joku Street. Either from Tetlo, you're coming to Joku Street. From that old stadium, that is where you get our studio. Come and do your advert or simply call our numbers. And of course, if you're watching our screen now, the numbers are displayed. Please display the number there for them to call and drop their message. We'll always get in touch with you. All right. Ike Chuku Collins in Joku says, good morning, Mr. Barry Cosmos. Democracy is not for black African people. Western world knows our political foot in democracy. Nice one. Chinas are nice. Chelsea collect red card yesterday. Madam Caritas laugh again. Is Caritas a Chelsea fan? Of course, she is a Chelsea fan. Yesterday, of all the matches, see as Chelsea match give people joy. You cannot speak about Manchester United. Oh, man, they won't play Carabao Cup again. Yeah. They come out them by a club we no get name. Nice sack, man. You. Chinaza, you want banter me? You go window. Huh? All right. Up the Blues. God bless the Blues. Because we lose one match, everybody done the talk. Anyway, they say passing way where they're great, the world champions. You can't talk nonsense on the world champions now. Us now, they're not even supposed to talk. So us now, no game out. All right. Cliff David, thank you. I mean, Chinas are nice. Thank you very much. My very good Man U fan there. Okay. We also have Julie Stainless, the majestic Julie Stainless says, good morning, my eloquent and majestic Barry. The APC government has given us their vision and mission statement that their party is a place where mortal sins are forgiven. Jesus Christ. Being that as it may, do we expect anything good from such a group of sinners? Their lies, insincerity, falsehood, and blatant deceit have no bounds. They say there was a coup attempt as they are now seriously conducting intelligent investigation. Now they are saying there was no coup. Many reasonable, sensible, and responsible countries completely rejected the GMO model of farming because of its deadly consequences. But our rulers gladly accepted it for Nigerians. Does that show love? Barry, our life is in the hands of God. Isn't it, Lady Julie Nosike sent in that beautiful message? Comrade Ampadek Chidozie Nwosu is texting from Omar Kaneo Haji, the most peaceful community in Imo State. Good morning, Barry Cosmos. I salute you for your bravery to have interviewed China Sawaneri. You are doing well. Meanwhile, for Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it really portrays the fact that our contributions on media are making waves and Nigerians are winning. Chike Iwogo, that is Elder Chijoke, says straight talker, sharpshooter, majestic, president in practice. Honorable and Doc Nze Barry Cosmos, the Egumale, Buruburu 1, rainy morning. All right, thank you very much. Says Barrio, I said it before that APC acts before thinking. APC is living in sensitivity or in senility. Okay, that's what I mean. Now it's obvious that removal of fuel subsidy was a decision they probably did not know when they took it. Abi, ancient African rulers want to bequeath senility to their citizens, so they will be living in the past always. The recent decision of reversal of the lease of pardon was a ploy to get approval of more borrowing from the inept NAS without attention. Barrio, don't be surprised. The government may still change their minds. Elder Chideke now on the run. Elder Chideke, where the run go? Come back. Abe, man, help me catch him. Where the run go? Catch him, bring him back. Bring him back to Erete. Let him stay there. All right. Peter Naram says, Barry, my brother, good morning. How is your family? My family is doing great. May God protect you and your family in this Nigeria. Okay. He said, thank you very much. When we are growing, we are thrown that the youth are the leaders of tomorrow. Usai for Africa, the work. Now that we have grown, we have been seeing that the youth are controlled by the ancestors in Africa. May God save us. That one are true. Peter Naram, thank you very much. Leaders of tomorrow. How? That tomorrow no they ever come lie. Uche Amarachi said, Mr. Barry, may God continue to protect your loud and very clear voice. Chijoke from Toronto Junction. All right, Uche Amarachi, thank you very much from Toronto. I hope peace has returned to Toronto. Yes, we are still doing our compilation of all the facts about that matter. When we are done, we will bring you a full expose of what is happening. I am not after people who want to go against the government or people who want to go for the government. We want to find out a lasting solution to that area. Like I was asking yesterday, after destroying all this place, what are you going to do with it? That is it. The people, you have refused them to use it. Then what will the government do with the government voucher that has been used by the people? But most of the buildings we saw there were on a high tension wire. That is completely unacceptable. People go and do the wrong thing, and when the government comes cracking down on them, they start crying and shouting and looking for sympathy. My worry is, why would you shoot people? Why would you use machetes on people? That is completely unacceptable. And the youths of that people, why will you be fighting government officials? So two wrongs can never make a right. And we are trying to get this thing done. When we are done with it, yes, we just give you some small snippets of it. We are still going underground to do our underground findings to find out. It will interest you to know that yesterday when we were at Toronto, we saw that people were using that space is called a government reserve, all right? They are using government reserve spaces, collecting rents from people who are doing businesses in that area. And then when you ask them who are they paying to, nobody wants to tell you who they are paying to. So there's something fishy, even from the indigenes and the people doing the trade there. So while we blame government and all that, we also have to look at ourselves and see what we do. And that's exactly what I stand for. I'm not here to support or not to support. We are here to find the truth and tell you the truth at always. I've got some banters from people saying I'm supporting Traco and all that. Well, that's your opinion. I don't have a problem with what you think, but we are not in any way supporting anybody. We are here to give you information. That's all I do. That's my job. And I do it to the best of my ability as when I can. So we have heard from the government. We've heard from the people. Very soon, we will bring you a full package when we finish editing all the things that you need to see and the ones you don't need to. Some of them are very horrific. I can tell you that. I have a video where somebody who was covered in blood from head to toe. So would I come and post that video? Even Facebook may not even allow it to be there. So everybody, calm down. We're going to bring you full story on that. We're not here to instigate anybody. The youth, please, become in Toronto. The more you go and cause trouble, the more you will become the victim. I listened to a pathetic story of a woman who ran away from her husband's place in Yoruba land to come and train her children in her own father's land, and now her little way of survival and training her children has been taken away. She is a widow, a young widow at that. And those are the kind of pathetic stories we had when we went there. But the issue is that there are still places you can do that business. It mustn't be where it's restricted. It mustn't be where the government has asked you to live. It will also interest you to know that yesterday we found out that some of the traders there, they have already been told to leave. And when they were going to leave, they say some police people came and told them they have settled with the government that they should stay there. Why? Because they are collecting money from that place they are staying, as much as 60,000, 80,000, 100,000 naira for one person. How would you go and build a 2-story building under high tension wire? Who does that? So these are the things we found out. So please, everybody, just hold on that. I don't want to talk about it. I just say, let me give you an update. A lot of people want to hear, because I was there, they want to hear what happened. We will bring you a full-blown story on that. Full one. It's going to come in a documentary form. So everybody will listen to both the police, both Entraco, both the villagers, both the... We have not been able to speak to the local government chairman, who is at the heart of this problem. We have not even had a statement from the local government chairman. I, for one, am very angry with that people cannot be dying in your domain, people cannot be injured in your domain, and you as an elected member of a government cannot come up. You are their representative. You can't even come there to see them. It doesn't make any sense on that particular part. Even though we saw the assistant, special assistant to the local government chairman of Owerri North, yes, he gave me reasons why he wasn't there. But the fact is that you can even make a statement, even come after. Nothing from that. And the architect of this whole thing is the market that was built. Now we are hearing that the government, the Owerri North local government, has acquired that land from that individual. I've asked for the proof of acquisition so that we can hold them accountable for what they are doing. You can't let people die for nothing. But the fact remains that whether traders move in or it doesn't move in, or government has said move from there. Take your goods, Jaja, but you want to stay there and see what the government will do. At the end of the day, when they come and scatter your thing, you start crying. These are the things that are happening. I don't need to come here to say the things you want to hear. I need to tell you the truth. That is why we are here. Straight talk. I'm not here to... we sympathize with their losses. The losses were very, very many. Everybody is not claiming. A pastor told me that the wife came and collected rent, 84,000, to go and pay for that same place. They were told to pack away. And then the caterpillars came. She ran away and left the 84,000 there. And then she can't find the money. How will one know who carried that kind of money? Caterpillar, they scatter everywhere. Now the caterpillar driver and anchor scatter have been at the youths, have been at police, have been at Interac. Who can carry them? So many very troubling stories. We will bring you other stories. They are all on camera, both audio and videos. We are going to put them on all our social media. We're going to air them here on this station. So everybody, wait. All right? We're still investigating. I don't do have big stories, okay? So please, everybody just relax. Thank you all for the accolades and thank you for the banters as well. For those of you who believe in everything you hear, it's good. For those of you who go to the truth and the length, that is what we do. We try to balance our stories. We are the station with the balanced reporting. We're not for or against anybody. We want the truth, and that is what we will do. Thank you very much. As you just give me a little patience, give me the next 1 or 2 days, we'll wrap up that investigation and we'll bring you the full story. All right, Doc Alex Nnamdi sending this beautiful message. Say President Tinubu's U-turn shows Nigerians the type of president they have, a leader that swallows before he chews. Away, this one enter. Oh, Alex, this one enter. He shows he doesn't read through the lines before he approves any policy document that shows his visionlessness. His actions are all based on his impulse and hearsay from his praise singers. Nigerians should now know better the type of leader they have. Now, this is a very interesting comment from Alex. If the president went through the report of removal of fuel subsidy, would he have removed the fuel subsidy? Or they told him it's good policy, they wrote it for him and he read it. That is the implication of what you're saying. But at the end of the day, with this now, did it show that the president went through that list? When backlashes come, which list? Now give me, I'm going to go check that list again. Say, no, remove this one. No, we'll put this one. Come on, we'll put this one. At the end of the day, that is what happened. Maybe, maybe not, allegedly. All right, we have John Kennedy. Says, Mr. Barry, good morning. There are 2 words about it. The government is a government of Boro. All right, Collins Chinonso. I'm Collins Oswago, a.k.a. Motion, texting from Imo Poly. He says, good morning, my good friend Barry and the listener. APC stopped a fuel subsidy so we may stop borrowing, but they are still borrowing now, even more than before. My question is, when are they going to pay back the monies they are borrowing? I'm Motion from Imbopoli. Let's go back to the phone lines. Good morning.
Good morning, Barry Cosmos.
I greet you. You're my last caller for today.
Yes, my name is Senaipa Fujepi, the everyday Arab from my local government.
All right.
Yes, I'll be brief. I want to talk about our president approving things are coming back to changing. Of course, you have mentioned it. What it means that he acts before thinking. And this is dangerous for us. Okay. We can approve something dangerous like removal of fuel subsidy. And then shame to allow him to revise that one back.
Okay.
Imagine this one now. If you see that woman that killed the husband, even if she's out, she's not free from the hands of the relatives of the husband.
Okay.
So he has done something, he has reversed it. Let's take it like that. But in future, let him be careful before approving whatever Onanoga and others go to him. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Radio General. On our YouTube, we have this message. It says, Steve, today I'm seeing for the first time. God bless you. Okay, Steve, a bell of blessing to you. Welcome to the family. David Prince, see, Mr. Barry, I'm new here. Carry on your good job. Wow. Bell of blessing for David Prince. Thank you for joining us. We have Abaleke Chigoze says, good morning, bro. Barry, only God intervention can revive this country called Nigeria, sir. To tell you the like country, the Ike country, I don't know what you mean by that. Ike Agwalam, okay, that's what you mean. May God bless you and bless us. Have a nice day. Thank you very much, Abaleke Chigoze. Chimduga said, Mr. Barry, leave my Arsenal for me. Leave Arsenal. Arsenal no follow. They call club, they call Arsenal. 140 years without any European trophy. That one a club. 22 years. Now only FA Cup and I don't win. You want to follow Chelsea, they talk. Okay, Chimduga, I leave now. Shh. Una better pass Liverpool. Liverpool then wide and 3-0. 3 Kondo yesterday. Hi, Liverpool. They are Liverpool yesterday. Oh, ha. Chimduga said, Mr. Barry, please, this Entraco have started again destroying people's business in Amako here yesterday because this Entraco, very soon, fight will start in Imo State. When I know fight to I enjoy watching you live. Right on, bro. More grace. Thank you very much. If you are asked to leave a place, one day, carry your thing, Jaja, go. After the whole thing settle, if they no demolish, come back and do your business. But you stay there to do, we no go agree. Before you know, caterpillar don't show, you go destroy your things. So be safe first. Save yourself first to avoid, had I known, to avoid cry. That is all my advice to anybody who is doing business in a place government has said we are going to demolish. So please, that is my last word for today to you. Thank you all for listening and being part of the program. And the man you that coming again, say me, come answer man you at the Chris. I don't go. My name is Barry Cosmos, the Radio Mashada Guru One, and this is our show for today. I hope you did enjoy yourself with us live on Echo FM. Keep listening. Don't tune to any other one. If you do, your phone feel also. All right. The Slim Diva is up next, looking pretty this morning, giving you a pretty health revolution. So, if you know well, maybe don't become uncertified doctor. Listen to her. Bye-bye.
Echo FM. Echo FM, 100.7 of fresh news people.